And we're back. It's like 2 seconds for me. For you guys, it's been a whole day. All right, so this is
with the release and growth of any piece of media,
everything wrong with the Hazbin Hotel fandom.
This is typically a good thing as it allows fans to congregate, share ideas, and discuss the things they love.
Okay.
Unfortunately, as time goes on, it's not uncommon for these spaces to take a turn for the worse, to the point where they develop a bad reputation or become toxic. Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss have always been incredibly divisive.
It's not devices. It's not divisive, okay? It's not divisive. It's that people are retarded and insane. And we have to remember that it got popular on the internet. Especially on the internet, people, the retardation level goes from 1 to 1,000 on the internet, okay? You got to remember that. That's the rule.
As a result, the fandom reflects that. Although the Hazbin fandom is generally positive, there are a number of traits that I think are worth bringing up.
Lies. It's not positive. I've not once got a positive interaction with a Hazbin Hotel fan person, like a die-hard fan person, that didn't tell me to kill myself. So I'm sorry. I can't say that I agree with you.
I've always believed that if you ignore these things or let them fester, it'll just continue to get worse. In this video, I'm going to discuss the issues with the Hazbin fandom.
Convenient.
To start things off, there's been a number of incidents occurring at conventions that just paint the fandom in an overall bad light. The first is an incident that was outlined by the pilot voice actor of Angel Dust, Michael Kovac. At Michael's first ever convention appearance, a Valentino cosplayer asked to record a video of Angel confronting Valentino. As soon as their friends started recording, they grabbed him by the collar of his shirt and started degrading him in character. Michael continues in the replies by saying that it made him feel uncomfortable, but he didn't know how to handle it and went along with his day. This highlights an issue where people can't respect the boundaries of the voice actors. It was Michael's first ever appearance, which was obviously quite daunting for him, but the entire experience was ruined because of this awful cosplayer and their lack of self-control. A similar situation happened a couple years later, except the roles were reversed, where instead it was a Valentino cosplayer getting harassed. This was explained in a great video by another YouTuber in the fandom called Iox. Basically, a cosplayer called Octolady was at a convention with a
what is this? Ew, why is she sticking on her tongue? Ew. Gross, dude. Gross. Octolady? Why? What? Kind of looks like you? It doesn't look... Ew! That's not me. That ain't me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Get that out of here. Ew, nasty.
They were dressed as Valentino. They ended up meeting another Angel Dust cosplayer who they hung out with. Throughout the day, they were stalked and shot at with a water gun by another crazy fan. The fans shouted nonsense at them like they should stay away from Angel. This, combined with the fact that the cosplayer was getting sent harassment on TikTok purely for dressing as Val and liking the character, meant that their convention experience was ruined. On that same note, there was a situation where Valentino's voice actor, Joel Perez, had to come out and make multiple posts explaining that him and the character he plays are two different people. Since the release of the show, a lot of terminally online people couldn't separate fact from fiction.
Of course.
Anytime they were criticizing Val as a character, they'd tag Joel in their post or directly harass him. So again, these are two examples of fan etiquette being diabolical. Of course, most fans are respectful to the voice actors and cosplayers, but there's a subsection of people that are less so and treat the fans or VAs as if they're the actual characters. It's just really bizarre and leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Another situation you probably saw on TikTok is one where a younger fan asked an inappropriate question to one of the voice actors while they were at a convention panel. Questions like this make the experience uncomfortable for everyone involved, including the voice actors. Allegedly, at Hazbin panels, they ask for IDs now. However, this incident stands as a reminder of what not to do when at a convention. And they gave the infamous blackface Alistair trio.
They have to ask for your ID? Yeah, to make sure you're over 18 and make sure you're not terminally just brain damaged. Yeah. Alright. Good idea, guys. Great idea.
I won't throw the images on screen since they're pretty awful, but basically a group of Alistair cosplayers wore blackface to a convention. It's just really shitty and once again gives the fandom and conventions a really bad reputation. From these 4 examples, we can see a pattern of behavior.
Yeah, but they were blackface, not on purpose. Like, they put black on because that's what they had. To make it... So what? Yeah, they could have used gray, but they didn't know any better. They're probably kids. You can't blame them for being... They were unintentionally racist. It was an accident. It's not their fault.
Fans act horribly at conventions, which just sours the convention experience for everyone involved who are just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, exactly, Grayson. Yeah. Happens.
Shipping goes hand in hand with any piece of media. If a show or world has complex characters, it sets the ground for relationships to blossom and for characters to develop. The term shipping refers to the pairing of various characters. In the Hazbin fandom especially, shipping has always been a core part of its identity. This was present way back in the Vivziphobia era, where Vivziepop herself...
No, you have to remember, any fandom that has popularity has shipping. Okay? You look at Ruby, you look at Hazbin, you look at Hell of a Boss, you look at Digital Circus, you look at Red vs. Blue. If the audience can't imagine the characters having sex, it ain't gonna be popular. That there's the golden rule. Okay, I tell you right now, golden rule, sex imagination.
Various characters together, like Angel Dust with Vaggie, Mimsy with Alistair, and Angel with Tycho.
I hate Vaggie so much.
Canon in the full show, the most notable example being Serpentious and Cherry Bomb. Ship bullying has also been present since the beginning. When people ship characters, it's common for them to take it extremely seriously. Sometimes fans will make it a part of their personality. As a result, when other people criticize these ships or doubt their validity, these fans perceive it as an attack on themselves. This can lead to arguments, drama, and can occasionally lead to threats or harassment. If you've spent any amount of time on sites like Reddit or Twitter, you've likely heard horror stories about people sending death threats or getting harassed for shipping characters. Vivziepop made a tweet about it a couple of years ago, and since then nothing has really changed. It's still a regular occurrence where fans take things a step too far. This applies to when new info about characters come out as well. If details are really...
If you're sending a death threat over Twitter over a ship it hasn't, 1, you're the problem. 2, you should be banned. Okay? Freedom of speech is very important. But death threats should always be taken seriously. That should be a perma. Okay. Second, who and why? Like over random ships in Hazbin Hotel? Why? Like, do you guys have nothing better to do?
At least fans rarely react normally. One example being back when Alistair's asexuality was announced. Some fans crashed out over this news and left the fandom or announced how the show was ruined. This continued to when one of the old artists that worked on the show, Fosty, said that Alistair was error ace on a livestream. Fans once again had a very normal reaction and proceeded to harass Fost over the incident. It's genius because Vivzie herself has said on numerous occasions that she doesn't want to reveal details about Alistair so as to not spoil the fun for shippers. To a lot of people this can be interpreted as her being scared of the potential fan backlash. It's a pretty dire situation if the creator of the show can't speak about her own characters because fans would go crazy over it. Personally, I don't consider anyone that acts like this as real fans. No one should be scared to talk about characters out of fear of harassment.
It's not that they're
Of course,
fans.
not all shippers are like this.
They're
It's
dumb.
just this loud, vocal minority that spoils it for everyone, which is a real shame considering that shipping is one of the fandom's favourite activities.
Theft?
With the rise of any online community, there's going to be bad actors out to milk as much money as they can from the property. Since the release of Hazbin Hotel, there's been a rise in theft and impersonation. Let me explain. On TikTok, there's various accounts that re-upload and steal content made by people on YouTube. One such example is an account called Joe Rogan Effect with 2,000 followers that just nabs people's videos, including mine. He was streaming once on TikTok, and when I clicked it, it was him playing the entirety of the new Beetlejuice movie. My personal favourite is an account with 10,000 followers called Steven Posting. This isn't the actual Steven Posting. For context, Steve...
Would this include me? I sit here and talk about it. Am I in a different scenario? They're not talking about me here. He's not talking about me. I'm in a different scenario, right? I'm reacting. This is different. Yeah. Yeah. They're not talking about me. No. This is someone else.
Even posting is a friend of mine who makes Hazbin Hotel content, but he's taking a break to focus on real life stuff. He has about 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. This TikTok account isn't owned by him, and it's wearing his identity like a mask, and it just re-uploads all his content. This isn't all, because once it ran out of Steven's videos, it went on to posting content from other creators like me, Iox, and Tactical. Musician Paranoid DJ has been under fire from these AI channels as well. According to a tweet and community post from Paranoid, someone is uploading songs that appear on the releases tab of his channel. The songs in question are made using AI-generated artwork and random short bursts of music samples, with the aim of using his name to get easy streaming revenue. Following on from this, I covered the channel Hazbin Hotspot a couple of months ago, and there's been a couple more AI channels that have popped up. The first is Movies ERA. He's basically the reincarnation of NTSG. All of his videos are clickbait crap, featuring stolen fan art with no credit given. He'll have a video titled exactly like how an episode would be, for example, Season 2 Episode 10. The thumbnail is stolen fan art, and when we click the video, it's literally just leaked content from months ago. So not only is he screwing over artists and taking credit for their work, he's also exposing fans to leaks. They'll click on the video thinking it's the actual episode and just get leaks, which basically ruins the feature episode for them. The cherry on top is the AI voice he uses in all of his videos. Further reiterating, that's just an AI profit-driven content farm. When the Hazbin Hotel Season 2 leak happened, Movies ERA ran to YouTube to post the leaks to spoil anyone who was unlucky enough to have the video recommended to them. Another example is Suki Hound. This guy is just as bad, except he's actually tried to rip me off. He's deliberately copied my style, thumbnails, and everything. Let me explain. So on his videos tabs, you can clearly see he's one-to-one copied my thumbnails. My thumbnails are made by another YouTuber in the fandom called Iox, and are pretty recognizable since I've been doing that style since 2022. Suki Hound has just completely robbed them. For example, his video on the hate situation, the thumbnail is clearly a rip-off of my Why Everyone Hates VivziePop video. He's completely robbed my style for my reviews and news videos. In one video, he titles it as if it's a new Hazbin trailer. However, if you click on the video, it's just...
I can't, like... I think, like, I make all my own thumbnails, and I use the thumbnail of the person that I'm reacting to in my thumbnails in my thumbnail. But I make all my thumbnails. I do it all the time. Okay, I spend a lot of time making my thumbnails. Changing the color and getting the things. Writing about the episode. But I understand where he's coming from. But... the style is there. The style is definitely there that's being stolen. That's different. And I do see where he's coming from. But I don't really think there's anything... since it is different enough, I don't think there's anything you can do about that. Like, I'm going to say, like, this is out of your control. It's not a big deal.
Tweets of some random Twitter accounts, there's no trailer at all. To top it all off, the entire video is narrated by an AI-generated voice. His Shorts tab is the exact same, it's just a knockoff version of the content I make, but with the AI-generated voiceover. He never credits who he steals from, and every title is misleading or clickbait. After the Season 2 leak happened, YouTuber Iox made a video title...
that is definitely one thing you should always do. When this uploads, you're going to find a link to this video in my description. You should always put the link. Now, I could credit it more, but all I do is put a link. But that's enough. Put a link to the original video. That's all you really need.
The Hazbin Hotel Season 2 leak situation is insane. A day later, Suki Hound made a very original and thought-provoking video coincidentally titled Hazbin Hotel Season 2 leak situation is insane. Once again, the video is just a pure copy and paste job that regurgitates the info from somebody else. It's pure laziness, and I don't know why more people aren't calling this out. My favourite thing is that on my channel I have a couple tags related to it. Suki has went onto my channel and copied these one-to-one, except swapping Ailamao for his username. It's genius as well because I have the word verified in there because I was always verified on YouTube, and if you check my Wikitubia page it mentions that. However, Suki has just nabbed that and not realised it's linked to my channel's lore, therefore exposing himself. What's frustrating with these AI...
that's just sad. But also brilliant. You gotta give him credit for hustling. He's making that dough, dude. He's making that dough. All he has to do is steal content. Bruh. Dickhead? Hustler.
Channels is that there's no problem with being inspired by someone or taking ideas and putting your spin on it. However, in these cases, these people clearly don't care about the fandom or the community around it. They'll steal from fan artists and take credit. They will even rip off some of the biggest creators in the niche and pray no one notices. A viewer of mine submitted another...
I use a lot of fan art. Now that's... and I don't give credit to it. But again, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a thing, people send me fan art of other people. And yeah, I use it in titles. I mean, I use it in thumbnails. I use it in my community tab. And I always give the idea that people should go and figure out where it's from and whatever. But I like to post it and show it off. I don't get anything for using it. I don't get any money for posting on the community tab. I just want to show that my community sends me stuff. And it might be stolen artwork from someone else, but I'm not trying to maliciously use it other than, hey, this looks cool. I thought this looks cool. I want to post it in my community tab. But I see where people are coming from. Now, I use a lot of fan art from other people in my thumbnail. Every thumbnail I have has some fan art if I do a reaction to like a series. And if you notice, that fan art is always left with the tag of where it's from in the art, if you look at the thumbnail. If available. So if you look for it there, you can find it. And yeah, I try my best to give credit where it's due.
For example, this channel is called BGR Dub. They're a Turkish channel, and like with the others on this list, they use an AI-generated voice. Once again, most of their videos are just yoinked off other creators. For example, his video on the Season 2 leak situation is word for word my video. I'll show you. So within the past day or so, the largest leak in Hazbin Hotel history has occurred. This includes the spoiling of basically entirety of Season 2 of the show. This video will be completely leak and spoiler free, don't worry, but I'll talk about what happened, a couple theories on how this huge leak occurred, and lastly talk about how fans can stay safe from the leaks. So a similar situation happened back before Season 1 of the show came out, and I made a video about that way back when it happened. But today, this continues over to his shorts and episode reviews as well. He'll just steal my video, AI translate it, and then put a poorly made Turkish voice dub over my content. None of it makes sense either, since it's my personal opinions of the episodes. Up next is Next Flying. Just like the other channels I mentioned, this one has just word for word robbed my videos and replaced them with a soulless AI voice. The titles are even the exact same. It's really disheartening to make content and then see it kind of human centipede its way to these various AI channels and get morphed into a mess. And lastly, we have Toon Fanatic. Just like the other channels I covered, this guy again uses AI voices to just repurpose other people's videos.
These AI channel, 33.9 thousand. That's more than me. And I put a lot of effort into everything I do. And that's just sad. Like, these AI channels take everything. And I actually play games. I edit them down. I make the thing. And I'm not discouraged, but I am disappointed that these AI channels get to grow like this because people don't realize it. And people that try, little streamers like us, get shafted a bit. And I think that's really disappointing. But I always say, if you try your best, eventually you'll get there and grow. By the way, 178 videos. Bruh, 210 subscribers. That's how many I have at the time of this. I have almost 700 videos, bruh. Get on my level.
They go a step further, however, in that they create AI songs. In the description of every video he mentions this at the bottom, yet hundreds of thousands of people consume these videos and praise how good the voices are. I'd give people benefit of the doubt and assume a lot of commenters don't realise they're AI. However, if you listen to any of the songs, it's pretty obvious that they're not a skilled impressionist. To make matters worse, they recently uploaded another AI song. This entire video is actually an AI cover of a song that was leaked from Season 2. So basically this guy has went into the Season 2 leaks, taken a song and then put this terrible AI voice over it. This is obviously completely illegal and a huge slap in the face to the voice actors involved. The song isn't meant to be out yet, and this guy has basically posted it early and made it worse in every way. It's extremely upsetting, and it's equivalent to kicking someone when they're down. The season has...
That's a so what? Nah, I disagree with him. If you have the talent to make the AI do whatever you want like that, just do it. Like, he's making the AI sing. He set up the algorithm. That's different than stealing someone's content. It's whatever. If the people don't realize it's AI, even though he writes it down there, it's their own fault.
Already been leaked, but creating AI song covers using stolen footage is the cherry on top. I think it's pretty funny that in the comments, people are saying that he should have waited until Season 2 release to post a song. No, he shouldn't be posting these videos at all, it's AI. The voice actors have taken a stance against AI-generated content that uses their voice on numerous occasions. The people that watch these videos and support this behaviour clearly don't care about the shows or the people behind it. I seriously don't understand why people don't just listen to...
No. Disagree. Disagree. So what? Oh, AI took your voice? Too bad. That's a too bad type of thing. Get over it.
Fan-made songs or dubs instead. Those creators actually deserve support and recognition, not this army of AI channels that type stuff into a software.
I do agree with this here.
As time goes on, the number of these channels just seems to grow, and unfortunately I don't think there's any chance they'll slow down. The fandom overall just has a really weird stance surrounding AI, and I really hope people listen and realize it's not ethical to support these practices. Several months ago, I was hanging out in my...
Ethical or not, it doesn't matter. It makes money, and they have a reason to do it.
Discord server, and one viewer sent a video about Hazbin Hotel from the Italian Amazon Prime account. I thought I'd give it a watch since it was from the official account, but as I watched, I felt a feeling of deja vu, as if I'd watched the video before, which was really unsettling. Well, after checking my video catalogue, I realised that the video was a copy of one I made a year ago. So before we start, let's get a bit of backstory. On April 23rd, 2023, I made a video called The History of Hazbin Hotel. It was a retrospective video where I went through the entire history of the series from 2012 to 2023. It did well and got over 100,000 views. Fast forward to February 2024, and the official Italian Amazon Prime account posts a video called How the Internet Made Hazbin Hotel Possible, featuring Poldo. Basically, they've paid this creator to make a video on the series as advertising for their channel. I checked the dude's channel and he just seems like an Italian Sunny V2 or internet anarchist. As I'll continue to discuss, they've commissioned or paid this guy a sponsorship to do a video on the show, and instead of making something original, he just went and did a James Somerton to my video, thinking no one would notice since my video was in English. Before I start, since the video is in Italian, I reached out to an Italian viewer called Avi, and they've translated the main segments for me. I'll then have my friend JMF voice these parts, so it'll make it a bit easier to compare and contrast the two videos.
Someone stole his video?
The first minute and a half of the video is filler nonsense. However, immediately the guy says that he's never actually watched an episode of the series. Why Amazon decided to sponsor someone he's never...
He never watched the series? Amazon, what are you doing? You pay someone that only has 600 and something subscribers, and they've never watched the series that they're making the review for? The light blew out in my room. I had to go fix it. I'm back. Welcome back. Did you hear me screaming? I hope you're back.
Never watched the show is complete stupidity. They should have hired someone in the fandom to make the video, instead of someone who knows nothing about the subject matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So the main premise of the video is lifted straight from mine. He chronologically goes through the years, however just makes it worse in every aspect with ADHD editing. He switches things around and makes some changes, but it's pretty clear that he's nabbing from me. At 150, he mentions the Angels and Demons arc of Xenophobia, using all of the same screenshots and terminology that I did.
It was about this demon crew protagonist of a hypothetical arc called Angels and Demons.
Were initially intended for a feature arc in Xenophobia, which is going to be called Angels and Demons, back in 2013. Viv commonly called these characters the Demon Crew, or
dude, this guy straight up stole his stuff!
Verbatim copies what I said.
Look, there's a difference from reacting and just straight up stealing it and reacting to it and giving credit. This guy didn't give credit. He just took it and was like, let's reword some stuff. It's mine now. This is a whole different thing. What is this?
In fact, through her profile, Tumblr, DeviantArt, Patreon, and YouTube pages, we can keep track of the evolution of the characters.
Okay. These new characters, Vivzy started to draw more art and updates, which she typically posted on her Tumblr, DeviantArt, Patreon, and YouTube pages.
Oh my goodness, this guy really went in right in the same order! Bruh.
At 240, he mentions the demon headcanon voices just like I do.
Flash forward to April 29th, 2015, in which where Vivian throws the fishing bait into the waters of YouTube with the video Demon Headcanon Voices, where in the description it could be read that the PA auditions were open for a still nameless possible future series.
April 29th, 2015, on her YouTube channel, she published a video called Demon Headcanon Voices. This 3-minute video features still images of the various demons, along with music to represent what each character should sound like. As the description states, Viv opened auditions for the characters with the aim of creating a series around them. In my video, I point out the first time Viv ever mentioned the name of the show and the unveiling of the logo. Of course, Poldo just nabbed that and put it in his video.
Of course.
In May 2015, the project had already gotten the name Hazbin Hotel, and through a tweet we can experience the birth of its logo. As you can see, it is different than what we will end up getting used in the pilot and the finished project.
Days later, on May 1st, 2015, Viv made her first ever mention of Hazbin Hotel. In this tweet, Viv talks about making a key to the Hazbin Hotel logo.
Ever.
Prior to this tweet, Viv had never referred to the show
this
as
is
Hazbin
the actual
Hotel,
Amazon.
so this would have been the first official unveiling of the...
Prayson, this is the actual Amazon Italian Prime account that stole his video. No way. That's crazy. Yeah, dude, the Italians, they don't care.
Name. 21 days later, Viv revealed an early concept for the Hazbin Hotel logo. She ended up using the
not me though.
Key design
I don't just
and
take
had the base
content, not me.
Finished. Later that day, she posted the final version of the logo. She made a couple alterations to the previous iteration, and this design is the one she'd use for the rest of the project. In my original video, I talk about storyboard animatics that Viv would post and tweet, where she said the show is
then Luigi. Then they're out for vengeance.
From my video. We can tell this because if we check that tweet, Vivsy isn't checkmarked, while in the image that me and him used, she is. It's clear he's just taken my image and cropped my profile picture out.
They'll follow storyboards, speed drawings.
He cropped his photo out? Wait. He didn't even go get it himself? Because Vivsy lost the checkmark because she wouldn't pay Elon Musk? Guy. That's so bad. Guy.
Sneak peeks, infos about the story, and about the lore for the entirety of 2015. Posts such as one that said the series won't be adapted for kids could be also found.
A couple months later, in September, Viv posted an early storyboard animatic for Hazbin Hotel. She also mentions in the comments that the show won't be for kids. As mentioned previously, Viv would continue to post speed draws featuring art of the characters from the show. This culminated in December 2015 when Viv discussed the show a little more in depth during her 200,000 subscriber special. Viv said the show would be a YouTube exclusive series about a ragtag group of demons who are attempting to redeem their terrible actions in life with hopes of having a more meaningful existence.
And the producer began teasing the fans, promising them that the series will be an exclusive in their YouTube channel, saying the series will be about a group of demons that tried redeeming themselves from their horrible actions, hoping to get a new, better existence life.
Guys.
In fact, they were evaluating doing a Kickstarter or even finding a studio that will finance the project, and I think they made it.
Viv said that the team wanted to make a full season of the show and was exploring the possibilities of either a Kickstarter or funding for the studio. She also discussed the creation of her other side project, Hell of a Boss.
It's 2020 at this point in the history. All fans of the author of Hazbin Hotel know well that she started a side project, which starts with a different demand set in the same universe.
1 month later, even more crazy news was announced. Hazbin Hotel was officially picked up by A24 for a full series. This once again caused the fandom to explode in popularity, with everyone excited to see what's in store for the show.
In the meantime, however, a very important piece of news would come out, namely that Hazbin Hotel had been noticed by the independent production company A24. As we know, they will be able to bring the series to Prime Video.
No games tonight?
Guys,
no, we are.
The fandom will explode in terms of popularity.
We will be playing Black Myth Wukong after this video. We're doing reaction to this video first because it was recommended. You also missed us eating Lunchly earlier, but don't worry. We'll be eating the other one. I got 2 of them. We'll be eating the other one tomorrow. Start tomorrow. So, yeah.
And everyone was excited to find out what was boiling in the pot.
He finishes off the video talking about how important the fandom was to the show. So after going through the video, it's apparent that he's just watched my video, repackaged it, and made it worse in every way. My video was informative, well-researched, and was the first time someone has made a retrospective of the show's history on YouTube. I think the biggest slap in the face was at the end, where he mentioned how important the fandom is to the show. However, he goes ahead and robs a video from one of the largest creators in the fandom. Overall, I'm not angry, but just let down. I think if Amazon Prime had went ahead and commissioned an actual creator in the fandom like Iox, Steven posting, or even me, the video would have been way better. Instead, they've went to this random dude who clearly doesn't give a shit about the shows and just masqueraded someone else's work as his own to get the bag. I think both are clearly at fault. Amazon Prime should have sponsored an actual creator in the fandom to make the video and then just dubbed the video to Italian. And the Poldo guy for being a lazy thief and not crediting the video he clearly plagiarized.
Yeah, exactly.
Content farming is a phenomenon where channels use existing properties,
content
combine them
farming is
together, and
perfectly
create usually
normal.
lewd content. These videos are almost always comic dubs, which is when you take someone else's comic and voice over it. Back in the early days of the fandom, the biggest offender was a channel called Hazbin Fanworks. They would use clickbait, sexualized thumbnails, and misleading titles to entice viewers to click on their videos.
The sexiest thumbnail, the more views you get.
Minutes. Thankfully, this channel had an internal drama which led to half its team leaving. As a result, the content fell off and the channel has been bleeding viewers ever since. Cougar McDowell is another example of this. Every single video is a comic dub with a sexualized title. There'll be characters from various different series, and a lot of them appeal directly to kids. So you'll have a video featuring lewd characters in bikinis, characters in sexually suggestive situations, or characters in suggestive poses.
This is a good way. This is what I should do. Bra malfunction! Black with Wukong wearing a bra. Uh-oh. I fell for a booby trap. New tons of viewers. That's we got this. We know how to succeed now.
And to narrate the following segment.
Cougar McDowell, an individual with an extremely large following. His YouTube channel having a subscriber count of over 3.24 million subscribers at the time of writing the script. He is a comic dub channel, which on its own isn't a bad thing, but it's the practices that Cougar does on his channel that I have a problem with. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to think about what audiences these IPs may attract. Now, what audiences are most interested in Five Nights at Freddy's, Poppy Playtime, Smiling Critters, Friday Night Funkin', Murder Drones, Hell of a Boss, and Hazbin Hotel? Helliver and Hazbin can be a bit of a stretch, to be fair, but I am confident that you would have said children for all of those popular pieces of media. If so, then good, we're on the same page. So why is it that Cougar feels the need to have hypersexual thumbnails on his channel? Cougar...
Because it gets views. Yeah, that's it. That's the answer. And honestly, it's a so what moment. He found a way to make money. Too bad. Get over it. Like, honestly, I cannot say that I can't say that he's in the wrong, right? I can't. I cannot say he's in the wrong. It's a so what moment. Like, sorry to tell you, I don't feel bad. This guy made money. You know what this says? I should do a comic dub on my channel and then put like Chica's massive titties and read Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. Sounds like a great plan.
Knows that the vast majority of his audience are children. I mean, just look at the comment sections. Uzi is my twin because I wear the same thing. Crying laughing emoji, crying laughing emoji. Pomni really shouldn't have opened the door. Now she's dealing with the two of them. Gangle, when she says hold it, she shone like purple from Princess Hannah. That just doesn't even make sense. So judging by these comments on his videos, even if he were to deny that his fan base are children, all you'd have to do is look at his community interacting with the content in any way, and you'd be able to see that his audience is primarily children. Of course, when Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss was most popular, he made a lot of content on that. And even though, to be fair, even though Hazbin Hotel on Amazon Prime is for ages 16 and up, I still don't think it's okay to show these thumbnails to everyone on YouTube. I mean, just 8 days ago, he made a video including the characters Emberlyn and Luna from Helliver, and the thumbnail showed them in a very sexually explicit situation.
Wait. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be honest here. This is their situation they're referring to. Let's look at this. I would say if you're 10 years old, this is fine. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. If you're 10, you should know this stuff. Like, let's move on here, right? Like, this ain't a big deal. It's if you're younger than 10, that's when you got parents coming after you and they're upset. If you're past 10 or 12, like 10 or 12, between there, this is fine. Come on. If you're 10 for a guy, 12 if you're a girl. Guys look at this stuff more. Come on. Like, I don't find anything wrong. Like, I'm sorry. So what? This is a so what moment.
And Berlin and Luna from Helliver, and the thumbnail showed them in a very sexually explicit situation. The person that draws a lot of Cougar's thumbnails is Jelzy Art on Twitter. When you go on their Twitter page, you'll see in their bio that it says minors do not interact. This just goes to show that even she knows that the art that she draws shouldn't be viewed by underage audiences. However, Cougar still doesn't do anything to hide the art that is made by this person from children. I know for a fact that Cougar has no plans to change the way he makes his content anytime soon, because at the end of the day, it gets views. And to him, the views outweigh all other factors. However, he's welcome to prove me wrong by just refraining from putting sexual thumbnails like this to his young fanbase. It would be naive to deny that the voices behind these shows weren't the people who kept the community going for as long as it did. Sure, the animation was very good, but the voices gave the shows their personality. Most people know about the voices of the characters and the Honeycast, which has been airing since 2018. Jesus Christ. I was so young when that shit came out. Anyways, the Honeycast let voice actors like Michael Kovac, Edward Bosco, Joshua Tomar, etc. take voice requests from the chat in their character voices. A lot of these streams got over 1 million views and allowed the audiences to connect more to the voice actors and the characters. So even though all of this happened and people love the voice actors of both shows, I find it really weird when I see videos like this, and this, and this, who take the voices of real-life people without their consent, put them through an AI program, and then use it to make these shitty videos that sound 80% like the real thing. This is obviously done...
Is a W? It's true. But here's the thing. I'm sorry, but you ain't gonna... You might not like it, but you ain't gonna stop it. This is a too bad moment. They took the voice, and they're making money off of it, and... You could sue them. They could sue them, but they won't. Because it would be bad publicity to sue someone in the audience. So, this ain't going to stop. And there's nothing we can do about it. This is a too bad moment.
To avoid the costs of hiring a voice actor and having to pay them something more than breadcrumbs. Which is a brainless way of thinking.
Well, don't
because
pay them
aspiring
at all.
voice actors are searching high and low to find any form of work. If you look up any answering voice acting questions video on YouTube, I guarantee you that one question that you'll hear in every single video is, where do I find work? Do you think smaller voice actors these days are picky about the jobs that they get because of the pay? Of course they're not. A large chunk of the voice actors in the community apply for projects every day just to see if they can get...
Again, AI is going to take over the art. It's going to take over voice acting sometime. There's nothing you can do. This is an enhancement of technology. Get over it. Too bad. And I am sorry to say that, but technology is going to take everyone's minor jobs like this. We ain't going to get it. Now, voice acting will be longer, but art's scroodled. Kiosks are coming, so service entry scroodled. And that's just what's going to happen. That's your tea, kids. Too bad.
A role that doesn't pay a penny. This is obviously done so the voice actor can build up a voice reel / portfolio big enough to have a chance to get paid work. So channels like these are actually just taking away the opportunity for aspiring voice actors to get work, only twisting the knife in a really bad issue. Not to mention, once again, various highly respected voice actors have vocalized their hatred for AI, and have explicitly stated that they do not consent to people using their voices for AI replication. Erica Linebeck, the voice actor for Luna, was literally harassed off of Twitter after she voiced her concerns about the issue. I don't really know why people were harassing her in the first place. If people were harassing her for criticizing a smaller creator, that's just ignorant. It doesn't matter if you're a smaller creator. If you're harming the mouths that feed you by replicating their voices for your own gain, I feel like no matter your size, you should be criticized for that. There was also an argument that I heard years ago while listening to a podcast that...
I disagree again. I can't agree with that. Does that make me a scumbag? I don't think so. A small creator's trying anything to grow, and if you're going to take the voice and actually use it and make the videos with that voice, that's still effort enough. And it might not seem like anything to you, but that's the world we live in. That's the world where anyone does anything to make money. And honestly, if someone has the talent to know how to use the AI, train it and learn it and make it do that, which isn't too hard, but it's more than most people, they deserve it.
Still sticks to me to this day. If you post something on the internet, you are opening yourself up to people criticizing you. And people are allowed to do so. Now, I know that should mean that people are also able to criticize Erica for her thoughts on everything.
That's true.
And you'd be correct. However, people were sending Erica death threats.
That's
which
not
is
cool.
a massively substandard way to respond. A small group of the fandom causing a voice actor to take a step back from Twitter and Instagram is really bad. And can be avoided. Hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future. Earlier in the video, Ailamar mentioned a situation with the voice actors of Alistair. Amir Talai and Edward Bosco had vocalised their disdain for the use of AI voices in any way, shape or form. And now the channel Hazbin Hotspot has been using AI programs to replicate Amir and Edward's voices. When people found out about this and rightfully called out Hazbin Hotspot for it, for some reason his response to the criticism was just to have a full-on crash out on Twitter, as well as YouTube. After a while, the AI voices were changed to sound less like them, but they were still obviously supposed to be rip-offs of the original voices. Since then, Hazbin Hotspot has of course lost most of their following and community now. Recently, they have resorted to posting politically driven stuff on their community tab, as well as posting really dodgy tweets on their Twitter. They have made an announcement video saying that their Alistair and Vox podcast series is making a return. Tweets on their Twitter. How they don't want to get into videos and stuff most of their following and community now.
What is this? Congrats, America. We will be great again.
They have resorted to posting politically driven stuff.
To all the illegals, anti-whites, homos, and vegans, y'all don't, it's over for y'all. Low-key might have to America for this, move to America for this. What? What? Hold on. Now, hold on a second, boy. I don't think Trump is going to go after the vegans, or the homos, or the anti-whites. The illegals, yeah. It's kind of what he ran on. But especially the vegans. I can't get over that. What's wrong? Now, I'm not vegan. I eat meat all the time, but what's wrong with vegans? What's wrong with vegans? Smooth McGee, hi, welcome. I don't understand.
Tab, as well as posting really dodgy tweets on their Twitter. They have made an announcement.
I genuinely do not understand. I'm going to be honest with you.
Is making a return. And they mention how they don't want to get into any more trouble or controversy.
Okay.
However, they have continued to use AI voices.
Yeah,
and
so
obviously without the original voice actor's permission.
So
they have also made extremely horrible and racist tweets like this one.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I hope you're doing okay, brother. I am. I don't know about these tweets. I don't think this is how you make friends. I think this is how you get stabbed.
Not to mention this tweet where it looks like someone he knows has been hacked and he says a racial
It's what are yeah, we can't have that on the stream.
Behavior. After seeing this, I strongly believe that this person isn't a good role model for any audience, let alone a young one. And I don't think that they should be making content if they're going to be political and racist on their social media. I feel bad for Edward and Amir because if I were them, I wouldn't want my name attached to this in any way, shape or form either.
Alright, toxicity, let's see.
To finish off the video, I'm going to talk about a general topic being fandom toxicity. The Hazbin fandom has cultivated the reputation that it can't take criticism and that it's toxic.
How you doing, McGee?
There's been a bunch of comparisons to other shows, with people saying that the Hazbin fandom is the worst. Although I completely disagree with this sentiment, there is a toxicity issue present. It's extremely bad over on Discord and Twitter. I've generally had positive interactions with a lot of community members, but it's on these two sites that people completely let the fandom down and are just awful. If you're a YouTuber who creates any sort of content on the shows, you'll be put on blast on Twitter to thousands of people. It's 10 times worse if you criticize the show or give your personal thoughts. People will make tweets to take what you say out of context and then say to mass.
No, you gotta remember, okay? Everyone on Twitter are morons. Okay? If you have that mentality, you can say whatever you want. Hey, Hazbin Hotel Fandom. I think Vaggie is one of the worst written, awful characters in any show I've ever seen. Now, when I post this is going to get a lot of hate. Okay, right? Right, you following along? But you have to remember, if you don't give a crap about people and you know that they're morons, you're good.
Or block you. It's happened to me and many other YouTubers on countless occasions. It's bizarre because you can dedicate years of your life to something, but if you give some positive criticism, people will immediately throw you under the bus. It's extremely bad.
It's true.
If you're a new YouTuber,
it's true.
To present new ideas, and it's your first time receiving this targeted
harassment.
Hi,
Susan. Welcome in. Thank you for pulling me up.
Was when a YouTuber called Limus made a video titled "How Not to Write a Victim of Abuse." The video was basically Limus talking about Angel Dust, and especially episode 4 of the show, and how, as
you can't hide from me, Susan.
I don't think Angel Dust is a well-written character.
I have the stream deck tells me who's in chat.
How they disagree. No, just kidding. They went straight to Twitter, put the video on blast, and started bullying the creator. It's just terrible. I seriously don't understand why people can't discuss things in a normal manner. If you disagree with someone, that's fine. Leave a constructive comment. Don't grab your pitchforks and run to Twitter to rile up a hate mob. It's really fucked up. If you want to...
No, you grab your penis, okay? And you bring your penis over to Twitter, and you start... You know, you get those heavy fat people with the glasses. Charlie's so hot and sexy. How dare you? How dare you criticize this show? Oh, man. Oh, man, those conservatives. Oh, man, those religious freaks. I love the show so much. That's what they are. They're like that. Those are the people that talk about this show on Twitter. Okay? You can't convince me otherwise. Alright? That's the world we live in.
Watch some really good critical videos of the show. Here's some recommendations. Iox's video titled The Slow Decline of Hell of a Boss. In this video, Iox gives his thoughts on the show's quality and how, in his opinion, the writing has taken a hit as time has went on. It even has a cameo from me where I give my thoughts. Tactic Earl's video titled What Happened to Hell of a Boss's Villains. In this video, Tactic discusses how a lot of the villains have lost their charm. This video is just awesome and it enlightened me to a lot of things I didn't realise until I checked it out. Definitely give it a watch. And lastly, Flazefire's Hazbin Hotel, The Good, The Bad, The Fandom. This video is a two-part review of the show and
Thank you
for
following at Zolo! Thank you so much.
It tackles some of the show's issues, but
really
in a
appreciate
way.
that.
It's great fun. Or you can watch Paracynical's reaction to it.
Oh yeah, LML is here, the Lawmaster. He'll be able to correct anything I say that's wrong.
It's all the bad
I can't defend that one, it's over.
things you did in life.
50 shells we lost!
So, as you can see, there's a bunch of issues with the fact
Don't worry,
that
Zolo. I make fun of everyone here. It's okay.
Problems, because if you just ignore them, then things will only get worse. I'm not convinced that everything I talked about can or will be resolved, but it's at least worth talking about them. If you've encountered
I agree with that. I can agree
with
with that statement. It's worth talking about them, but you ain't gonna resolve them. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna happen. But he can talk about them. It's all good.
Thoughts, I'd love you to leave them in the comment section down below. Special thanks to JMF and Tactical for their voice cameos in this video. Thanks for watching.
Alright, that's it for the video. For those in the stream, we're going to be moving to Black Myth Wukong. For those on YouTube, thank you so much for watching the video. And we will see you all tomorrow for the next episode of Black Myth Wukong.